In this video, we will be going over the idea of fate and free will and how to differentiate between the two and whether or not the two can coexist together. Fate, as defined by the Merriam-Webster, is the will or principle or determining cause by which things in general are believed to come to be as they are, or the events that happen as they do. In other words, destiny, what you're meant to do or what is intended for to happen. If someone who believes in an all-encompassing fate, which means that they believe that everything that happens to them and others is predetermined, walked down the road and saw a stop sign on the sidewalk, they would believe that it was predetermined for them to come across that stop sign on that sidewalk. They would believe that their choice and the consequence of their action were already set in place and predetermined. Free will, on the other hand, is defined as freedom of humans to make choices that are not determined by prior causes or by divine intervention. Free will is the idea that humans are capable of making choices without foreign intervention, such as predetermination. Now, let's say that someone who believes in complete free will, meaning that they believe that every action taken is purposeful and chosen by the individual doing the action without intervention or influence, came across the same stop sign on the same road that the fate believer did. This free will believer would think that they saw the stop sign not because of predetermination or destiny, but rather because they chose to walk down that road. In other words, they would believe that their choice was the cause of the consequence of their action. Now that we have differentiated between the two, a question arises. Is it possible to believe in both fate and free will, and would it make sense if you did? I think that the answer is that it depends. If you believe in absolute fate, where every choice and consequence is predetermined, no, it wouldn't be possible for free will to exist in your belief, since there are no variables that would be determined by you and only you. The same applies to absolute free will. If you believe that everything you do and happens to you is a direct result of you or others' choices, well then no, you can't believe that fate would exist because there is nothing that could be predetermined. But what if you didn't believe in those absolutes? What if you believed in partial fate and partial free will, where some things are predetermined and others are not? This is where answering this question becomes difficult. Imagine a world where you're born allergic to dogs. First comes the question of whether this is fate or free will. Certainly, you were not able to choose to become allergic to dogs, and let's assume that your parents didn't either. This means that there was no free will involved in you being born allergic to dogs. Well then, was it fate? Were you predetermined to be allergic to dogs? The answer to this question is nuanced. Some people may say yes, the order of life is such that some events are planned to happen before they do, but others may say no, that some events simply happen due to the nature of life, and that perhaps some things are neither fate nor free will. Both are difficult to prove. Fate and free will are both difficult topics, even more so when it comes to the relationship between them. But regardless of what you believe, it's important to listen to others and to consider their ideas.